Hi, I'm Brielle. I'm a senior from Lafayette High School, and I won the 7 Days Kindness Action Scholarship. The name of my project is The Irish Closet. It's a closet within Lafayette in our social worker's office that students can go to anytime to get any clothing items or backpacks or hygiene items that they need that they can't get at home. The clothes are not just Lafayette clothes or clothes that are worn, they're new, trendy styles, so the students feel more confident, and so it just makes a better environment for the school. About 80% of the school is made up with low-income families, so it's kind of no surprise that students go home and worry about not having something to wear the next day. Knowing that I'm just taking that little piece of their life that's so crazy and stressful, just taking that off them just makes me feel like I'm changing the world and making a difference.
So the project I did was called the Sticky Note Project, and it was one where I wrote positive quotes that I could put on mirrors in the bathrooms, and it was just a little thing to make people confident about themselves and who they are. The reason I chose this project was because I've noticed, like, in our generation, social media really brainwashes a lot of kids, especially girls, and it makes them like really hard on themselves. In my past, I have dealt with self-confidence issues, and seeing other people go through that, it really like hits a soft spot in me, and it means a lot to me that I'm helping girls when they can't find the motivation throughout their day to put a smile on their face or just find self-confidence. It's just the small act of kindness that really spread throughout the school.
The name of my project is called Take a Book, Leave a Book, Little Library. Essentially, they are just small little libraries that you'll see in front of elementary schools and neighborhoods where students can come and take a book and leave a book behind. I decided to do this project because as a little girl, as someone that loved learning and loved reading, I saw that there were a lot of book bans that were happening in America. I saw a lot of need for people to learn and read without restrictions. The first one I built was in my neighborhood when I was in 7th grade, so before COVID, before everything. And I was able to build about 30 in the KC metro area, and I get to see it across America too, seeing all the kids that opened one because they saw me doing it or opened one because they just wanted to learn more about reading.
My project was a blessing box. I created a blessing box for Mission Southside, and the box is a communal food pantry, so it's an outdoor installment located at Mission Southside headquarters, and it's a food pantry, so individuals are able to take any item that they need from the box, and they're also able to put any item that they can. I did this project because after researching a little bit, I realized that Olathe, Kansas has a food insecurity issue. There are quite a few low-income apartment complexes and communities within that area. By addressing food insecurity, it creates a ripple where people are able to allocate their time, their resources, their financial resources to other things besides searching for that next meal.
So the name of my project is called Empowering Minds, and I had the opportunity to visit my home country of Iran over the summer, and during my stay there, I was able to work with many of the younger kids who lived in Iran and help them with their English language skills. I wanted to help the kids there just because there had been a lot of societal issues going on at that time that prevented children from being able to fulfill their linguistic needs. I spent around 3 hours each day with each of the children, just help them learn more about the alphabet, learn how to pronounce words, like how to improve those English skills. The things that I was able to teach these children, I definitely think will be a ripple within their own future, just because they'll be able to kind of recognize that these language barriers that they may be facing, these are going to be broken one day.
My project is called A New Yard for New House, and I essentially spent a summer building sensory walls, planting a new garden with fresh produce, as well as fixing up the landscaping at a local domestic violence shelter called New House. So many reasons why I chose to do this project, but one of them being is I love the outdoors. I was an outdoors kid. I loved being in sports, being outside as much as possible, and I noticed on one of my trips up to New House was that the outdoor space up there was looking kind of rough. It wasn't really a space that seemed welcoming and open for residents to be able to have that same opportunity to relax outside. So I think one of the ripples that my project made was I had decided to do a little lesson with some of the kids to teach them about their new garden in the space. That kindness that they were showing each other as they put the signs in, they helped, oh, the potatoes over here, let's go put them in this spot. Like those kind opportunities that they were able to be given with their new knowledge was super impactful, as well as hopefully every interaction in the outdoor space is a more positive and hopefully kind reaction.
So my project is the Dakota Rogers project. Dakota Roger is a high school kid who unfortunately died due to senseless gun violence in a drive-by shooting, and we are dedicating this project to him. And we originally based it to be a little park just for animals, a pet-friendly park, and we decided to go big or go home. So we decided to launch this and make the biggest park that we possibly can. So right now, we're talking to mayors, talking to Kansas City to see where we could locate this park at. There are going to be people who are going to be coming to this park all the time, and what are we looking for? We're looking for love, compassion, kindness spread throughout the whole community. Every day there's gun violence, every day bad things are happening, people are getting killed, and we just want some happiness. We just want some love. We want some kindness, and spreading that is the best thing that we can do for the Dakota Rogers.
The title of my project is Blue Heartbeat, and what I did is I started to work with school administration to post flyers around the school with simple motivational quotes, and then I also branched off into sharing things on Instagram, again, simple motivational quotes and upcoming events in our area and our community, and I spread those to as much of the student body as I could. I did this project because on March 28th of last year, I had a friend, Jack, who passed away by suicide, and I decided to start this project in his honor to spread awareness that mental health is important and should be focused on, especially in schools.
My project is Music for All KC, and with it I help get donated instruments to kids in foster care who otherwise wouldn't have access. I hope that my project will create a ripple in the community because I think that music inspires people to be more kind and have better emotional intelligence, because a lot of these kids will now have access to their schools like band programs and orchestra programs and be able to work with all those other people. So I decided to do this, to get instruments to kids who wouldn't have access to them because I've been involved heavily with the musical community in Kansas City, and it's really influenced who I've become, and I want other people to have that ability.
So my project is called The Littlest Mermaid, and we bussed over 4,000 elementary school students from all of our elementary schools in district to our high school to watch the Little Mermaid production that we put on, and they got to see it for free. Compared to a lot of Kansas, our area is relatively poor, and a lot of students in our area have never been inside a movie theater, let alone an actual physical theater. So just seeing the magic that those kids saw in the stage, I loved it so much. It was really beautiful. I never really saw myself continuing theater after high school until this project, but now I can see the impact it can have on a community. I'm really hoping by moving back up to Ohio and using this scholarship, I'll be able to create a ripple in the community theater-wise.